joined by defensive tackle Naquan Jones. Naquan was invited to the NFL Scouting Combine, had a chance to work out in front of the NFL teams. Naquan, I hope you want to unmute real quick on the computer and we'll get started here.
Yep.
There we go. Sounds good. Well, we'll start with Chris Solar from Detroit Free Press.
Hey, Naquan. Congratulations on getting the invite to the Combine. I guess, in your journey to getting to the NFL, what does that ultimately mean? And at this point, for you, what have you heard from teams about your future and what they like and what maybe things they want you to work on?
Thank you so much for that. I've dreamt of this forever, actually, from when I started playing football. And, it's just one step closer. I set some goals for myself for this draft process, and I was able to, meet many of them, and I'm still working towards meeting the rest of them. I pretty much heard the same, similar consensus from teams like, just get your weight down, get your conditioning up and, just stay as consistent as you can. And I I was able to reach my goal weight. I look pretty good today. I think so, going through the position drills and, going through the drills and, obviously, those times and, the feedback will reflect, but from teams, I've been hearing that, I have the potential and I have the, the play level to compete at the next level. So I just continue to do what I, need to do.
Is for you as a guy who would have come back for a sixth year? I mean, was there ever any thought of entertaining that, or did you kind of know going into this year that, this will be my last?
It was a tough decision to make, but again, I handled some things in college that, I felt like I was ready to take that step. I got my degree. I've been here for 5 years now, and, I felt like it was time for me to make that step, and I think I made the best decision.
Next question will go to Matt Charbonneau, the Detroit News.
Hey, Quan, you had some teammates like Raekwon and Mike, right, that you played a lot with that just went through all this a year ago. And did you lean on those guys or talk to those guys about what this experience was going to be like and kind of preparing yourself for it?
Yeah, absolutely. We, we speak a lot all the time. Actually, we're in a group chat, but I leaned on Kenny very heavily, Kenny Willekes, and he just told me to stay the process. Even if you don't run the best time or bench, it's basically your ability, and you do what you can do. Just leave here with no regrets, and that's exactly what I did today. I did exactly, I did all I could do today, and I feel glad that I was able to come here and compete.
I assume then that you'll continue to talk to those guys about the next steps from here, and dealing with the draft and all that stuff too as well, I'd imagine, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Those are some of my best friends, even off the field. So we're gonna, they're gonna be in my corner forever. Those are like my brothers. So we're gonna have that relationship forever.
Thanks, man.
Our next question will go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Naquan, congratulations on your pro day. Congratulations on getting your degree too. I know that's very important to you and your family. You've played in big games all your life. Can you compare the big games to your actual pro day, anxiety, pressure, or just compare the two, or is there no comparison when it comes to a pro day?
Yeah, I actually was just asked this question the other day. Thank you. I never really get nervous before games, just because I feel like I've prepared myself, throughout the week. And then, it's football at the end of the day. I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. So I don't feed into like the crowd or who we're playing against. I never have nerves going into a game. But today I was a little nervous coming in here today, waking up this morning. And I felt that because just like, even with all the preparation I'm doing, you don't really know. It's uncertain what you're going to bench, what you're going to run. And just the nerves built up a little bit, but I was able to push that to the side. And, by the time I got to position drills, it was just football again. So I was just having fun with it.
Great. And a quick follow-up, I'll pose this to your teammate, Shaq. Going to your younger self, even though people say, hey, man, you got a big body, you may go to the NFL. What advice would you give your younger self then or any other young person who has NFL hopes at an early age?
I hear this all the time, and it's kind of cliche, but it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And, results aren't going to come overnight. It's something that you have to work towards. I would ask my trainer every day, like I would lose a pound or two, and I'm like, damn, when am I going to, sorry, excuse my language, but when am I going to get to my goal weight? And I noticed that you just have to continuously keep doing the right things. And it paid off. I haven't weighed 313, I don't think, since high school. And that's the lowest weight I've been in a while. And I set my mind to that, and, it's all there, it's all there for the taking. So if you just set your mind to it, everything is obtainable.
Excellent. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Matt Wenzel with MLive.
Hey, Naquan, you and Shaq both got the combine invites officially, and obviously there just wasn't a combine this year. Was it kind of, I guess, what was it like to get that, which is obviously something everybody, who wants to play in the NFL would like, but it's kind of a little bit hollow since you didn't get to go to Indy.
I mean, I'm still grateful for the invite. There's a lot of guys that weren't invited, and I can put that, at that credential that I was there, that I was able to compete with the best players in college football. So that's obviously a confidence booster. It was still, without going to Indianapolis, we still had to go through that process. So all the things, everything happened in the order that it was supposed to, but it took away a little bit, but at the end of the day, you were still participating in those things. So like I said, I'm very grateful and thankful that I got the invite to the combine.
And can you kind of walk us through what you've been up to since season ended to now preparing for Pro Day? I know I saw you in the Hula Bowl pick up a sack, and you kind of just recap that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was training at Mamba Sports Academy in California, Thousand Oaks, California, and they did a great job helping me get my weight down, helping me get in shape, prepping me for the game in Hawaii, the Hula Bowl, and I felt overly prepared for that game. I felt like I hadn't even, taken any time off from the season. Just stepping back on the field, it was a great feeling, and I felt like it was just another game, another Saturday, and it was great, honestly. Being in Hawaii, like I said, I did a lot of self-reflecting, and I would just sit on the balcony, and I thought like, wow, this is amazing. The game of football has taken me to Hawaii. I never thought, I would be in Hawaii, and it was great. So from there, I went back to California, trained a little bit more, and then I got to Chicago actually 2 weeks ago. So I picked up training right there. I've tried to keep it pretty consistent, and stay on the schedule so I can just, do everything I need to do to be ready for this day and moving forward.
That's neat. Thanks, Naquan. Congrats and good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Matthias Ornelas from Timeout Brazil.
Naquan, Matheus Ornelas from Timeout Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft.
Thank you.
You already talked about like all the training, the hard work that Michigan State have. How do you think that play on the Big Ten in the college? How do you think that prepares you players for the NFL? Playing a conference that's so strong, have so many great guys for the next level, so many great teams that every year are like there. How is for you like working on this kind of conference?
Playing in the Big Ten is, I would consider it the best conference in college football, and it's tough. You're not going to play against a team that you're just going to dominate. Everybody's going to compete every week, so you have to bring it every week, and that I feel like that shows you exactly where your skill is and where your style of play is. You're like I say, you're going to be playing against Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State every year, so the level of competition is there. And you go out there and have a big game, or you compete against those guys. Ohio State just came from the national championship, and that was a pretty big indicator for me actually to determine what I was going to do with my future. And I had a pretty good game against Ohio State, and those are just games like that really stand out because you want to see where you're at on a scale of competition, and like I said, in the Big Ten, everybody's going to bring it. So, it's definitely a confidence thing. It's a confidence builder. And it's, you just see where you're at and going on to the next level because a lot of those guys on a lot of those teams are going to, also be joining you or, competing to go to that next level.
Thank you. Good luck during the process.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Audrey Dahlgren with WLNS.
Hi, Naquan. You had mentioned that you had set some goals for yourself going into this draft. I'm assuming dropping weight was one of those goals. What else were the goals, if you could, tell us about it?
Obviously, I wanted to get to 315. That was my main goal that I set leaving school, and I was able to get to that weight in at 313 today. So I'm very excited for that. I just wanted to, show teams because like I said, I've had a pretty general consensus. Teams wanted to see, my condition improve, my conditioning, and that, I even heard that from after the Hula Bowl, and that's something that I really worked hard on. And I knew they were going to push me today through the position drills. I was the only one out there by myself, so I knew that I had to work. they obviously, I got a little tired sometimes, but that's, that comes with playing football. And I was able to push through, and I was able to do everything I needed to do. So those just minor, like, little things I thought about through the process. Like, just keep pushing yourself, like, at the end of the day, you have an end goal, and that's to, make someone's team and, hear my name called on draft day. So that, those are still goals that I need to, accomplish, complete. But as far as going forward, I just wanted to push myself to see, how good I could become during this time.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Kevin Fishbane with The Athletic.
Hey, Naquan, I'm wondering your Evanston ties as you reach this point in your career. What is that, growing up there, playing there, what does that kind of mean to you at this juncture?
It means everything. My grandmother tells me all the time that I'm such a huge role model to the young kids in the community. And, I'm not, like I said, I hold myself to a pretty high standard, and I'm never satisfied with what I do. And I mean, I would tell that to any young kid growing up out of Evanston, just don't get complacent. It's all there for you for the taking, but it all can be taken away from you. And I just want to continue to keep representing my hometown. There's a lot of nonsense that happens there, and it's a very good town, but there's also a lot of negativity that happens there. So I just want to be the light for the community. I want people to understand that what I'm doing is bigger than me. I want to be a light for the community, like I said, and I just want to be someone that, those younger kids can look up to.
Our next question is from Rico Cooney with Spartan Magazine.
Hey, Naquan, congratulations on the process today.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about the drills and maybe something that you felt that you did really well, and maybe something, you're like, maybe not so much, but just kind of talk about that process and what you were able to show in the drills.
Yeah, I was able to show, a lot more explosion. I was able to, show off my quickness. Obviously, with dropping 20 pounds, I felt a lot quicker. I felt a lot better just moving. It felt better on my body. And, that's what coach has been trying to get me to do while I was at Michigan State. It took me, to leave here to, get that to happen. But it felt amazing today. One thing I probably could have picked up on is just my 40. I was struggling with that through this process, just, trying to get the running technique down, because I was running a certain way, which I thought was correct. And, it was actually slowing me down a little bit. So I had to basically change my entire running mechanic and, be an Olympic sprinter. That's what my trainer was telling me, like, don't be a football player right now, be a sprinter. So it was just a lot of technique stuff that I needed to learn, and I was able to get it down, but, I'm just still in the process of learning how to properly run like a sprinter instead of, a football player.
And as a quick follow-up, did you get a good vibe from one or more teams, or was it pretty much universal?
Yeah, I've been in communication with teams pretty much almost every day. And a lot of those teams are here today. So my agent going into this, he told me that, teams are going to be looking for what you do in the position drill. So I think I was able to, give a good representation. And, I think for the most part, they like what they saw.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our final question from Naquan comes from Mookie Hawkins from the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, you're on mute.
You forgetting that, man. Naquan Jones, Mookie Hawkins, Buffalo Sports Cincinnati, Buffalo. How's it going, big guy?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm great, man. Now, how have your time at Michigan State and playing Big Ten ball prepared you for this moment, and did the Bills be in contact with you?
Michigan State has done a great job. Like I said, I've been here for 5 years, and every year I feel like I've taken away something from every year. I came in here into Michigan State. I was immature. I had to do a lot of soul searching. I've experienced some adversity while I was here, and I had to mature and grow up and become a man, because as you step into that leadership role and as you get older, you have younger guys that look up to you. And I learned you can't always be the funny guy. You can't, not everybody's going to like you. You just got to do what you need to do to be a winner and help your team win and, get the job done. As far as, Coach Burden and, my D-line coach, Coach Burden, he pushed me every day. And, he was another advocate to get me to lose weight. And I was, I was so defiant. Like I said, I needed to become more disciplined. And that's why, I love him to death, because he was that father figure that I needed throughout college, especially with the adversity that I went through. And I have not been in that much communication with the Bills, actually. There's probably one of the few teams that I really haven't heard from too much. So.
Oh, wow. Hey, wish you the best with this process, man, and good luck on draft day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.